Hey, Scrapper Names fans, welcome back to another process video. Today I have got something very messy and very arty that was a whole heap of fun to play with, and it's a art journal page. Actually, it's a double art journal page. So you can see here I'm starting with this kind of leftover mess that I used these pages for to, I think, clean my brayer on when I did a project a little while back. So I'm going to use that because, I can always make it look good. Well, try to. Anyway, so I have my jelly plate here. It is a Delusions Dina Wakely, can't remember, big jelly plate. So as you can see, it's a bit bigger than my pages, but I will make it work. I haven't brought myself anything smaller yet because I hadn't really got the confidence with how to use it, but I've been seeing some tutorials on Instagram and been just playing around. So here, and I've said this before, please, anyone who's watching who's really great with art and paints and the colour wheel and all that, I hope you're not cringing too much. It hasn't turned out like mud, so it went well, I think, but I'm not an expert on, what colours should go with what. I just play around and see what works and what doesn't. So as you can see, I've used a purple colour and a yellow type colour as my first base. And I'm going to try and use this stencil. Now, I'm by no means a jelly plate expert. Novice is probably the better word I'd use here. Beginner, yep, no idea. So I've just been trying to replicate some of the things I've seen on Instagram, on people's Instagram videos. This one didn't quite go according to the plan. I'm not sure why, if maybe I didn't put enough pressure for the whole stencil to imprint into the page very well, but I thought, anyway, I will work it. Now, this is just baking paper. I know everyone uses deli paper. I haven't been able to get my hands on any and really know where to look, so I'm just playing around to clean off my jelly plate for the next layer. So one of the things I wanted to do today was build some different layers with different patterns in them to create some kind of background to my page, and then I was kind of just going to go from there. I think after this, because I was feeling very painty, I actually created a page using my jelly plate in my Jane Davenport journal. No video for it. And in the end, I actually managed to draw, using one of her stencils, a face with, hair and stuff, just from my jelly plate print. So I was really happy with sort of this experimentation. Now, just doing some patterns in the jelly plate, like in the paint here, to see how they would turn out, using the end of my Jane Davenport Mermaid brushes. And this one turns out pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with the way that turns out. All right, and I went back and stamped it onto the other page as well, so I ended up deciding to do a double page. Why not? So now I've done all my background work. I'm actually now just going to start building some sort of collagey pieces across the pages, starting with, again, this Jane Davenport washi. I'm a huge Jane Davenport fan, FYI, if you haven't figured that out. And I'm going to use stickers. I was going to grab some tissue papers and things, but this time I wanted to experiment with some other materials I hadn't used before. So that's what I'm doing. Now, this print is an Inky Quill Patreon printable. I'm one of her patrons, and it's sitting in a stash of goodies from ages ago, and I've pulled everything out just to do a bit of stash busting, and so I cut this up and made it fit on my page. I usually make art journal pages because I'm in the mood to get messy, and usually I need to sort of kind of express myself a little bit. So at the moment, I guess with everything going on, feeling a bit like the strength in me has depleted a little bit. So yeah, this page just, I guess put those things onto paper, and it was a bit of a reminder to, hey, put your big curl pants on and let's go. Again, this is another printable, but I've actually printed it on sticker paper. just to use as like this little embellishment sticker pieces. I'm using matte gel medium to try and stick everything down. I was impatient, wasn't working actually at my desk. I was having a craft day with my kids at the dining room table, so I couldn't be bothered to walk out to my craft room here and get my heat gun. So I sort of just let it dry for the most part while I fiddled around with what I was going to do, and then just started sticking things down. Kind of thought wet paint will help it stick anyway. Why not? So some of the pieces actually with the matte gel medium and some of the wet paint sort of coloured the collage pieces I'd stuck on, which I guess suits into the page anyway. Now these little word collage pieces are a Diane Reevely maybe? No. Hang on. Where are they? Oh. Dina Wakley, sorry, wrong person. Dina Wakley pieces that I brought at a craft fair, I think, ages ago, when I decided that I was going to try and dabble in more art journaling. And I haven't used them very often, but I was trying to rummage around finding some things on the bottom of my trolley, my craft trolley, and they were there. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to keep them. So I think I'm pretty content with the way that page looks. So then over on the other side, I start to stick these funky little, I don't know, figures, people, cat people, whatever, down. And these are just die cuts. That's all they are. And I really liked this one. So sort of putting things to on the page and balancing them out. So like I had the 2 lots of washi, and I made sure I had stickers, and then this had 2 of these on either side just to balance the page again. And another one of these phrase pieces. So just to make some cohesiveness with the other page, I decided to stick some more of these little circular stickers. Again, this is a Patreon printable I've put on sticker paper, so it's not exactly the same as the other, and that was fine with me, but it still gave that similarity. All right, now I'm just trying to figure out what else needed to be added to this page here. And using some Posca paint pens, this blue and a pink one, I end up writing the phrases. I think it's be bold, be strong. I think. And thank God the paint was enough dry for me to be able to write on it. And I think, what else? I don't know, I'm adding some more stickers just to finish it off. They're very arty, busy pages, I thought, but I really love how these turned out. I was clearly in the zone. And again, just using some matte gel medium with, now that brush there is actually like a rubber kind of brush. It's not your normal hair type bristle brush, and that's perfect for gesso and mix like this matte medium, because it doesn't make the bristles stick or go hard or anything like that. It's perfect, and they wipe off really easily. As you can see there. Now, I feel that I still feel this is missing something. And if it was a scrapbook layout, I probably would have added something like enamel dots, but I didn't feel they suited the page very well. So instead, I add some gold glitter spray. Now, this is a Kaiser Craft one. It's not your Heidi Swaps or anything like that, and it works really well. And I think these gold splatters just add that final finishing touch to these 2 pages. And as I said, I absolutely loved how these two, and as I said, I did another one that was in, if you looked on my Instagram, it was on there. I posted it on there about a week or so ago. I think it was the Easter long weekend I did it. But I love how they turned out. The Gelli plate printing I'm slowly getting used to. But yeah, so here's some close-ups, and thank you so much again for tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Artlist.io